Okay, in this video we're going to solve problems 6 through 10, and on number 6 we have an equation and we're asked to find the length of the first shelf in meters. And if you read the words above, it says that x is the length of the first shelf in meters. So what we need to do is solve this equation for x. So I have some parentheses, but in front of the parentheses, all there is a positive 1. So I can just drop the parentheses and combine like terms. So I have x, 2x, and x. That's going to be a total of 4x. And 0.15 plus 0.05 combines to give you 0.2 equals 1.8. And once you remove the parentheses and combine like terms, it's a two-step equation. So you're going to subtract 0.2 from both sides. And 4x is equal to 1.6. Now, dividing both sides by 4, you're going to get x equals 0.4. So the answer is choice A. Okay, number 7 is another equation, and there's a lot of words, but they actually give you the equation that solves the word problem, and the question is what value of t makes this equation true. So we're going to solve for t by using the distributive property. So that'll give 50t minus 50 equals 30t. And I can subtract 50t from both sides. You could have also subtracted 30t from both sides and ended up with the same answer. You just would have had a 0 and then had to move the 50 over. So this is a little bit shorter. So I have negative 50 equals negative 20t. Divide both sides by negative 20. And I'm going to get a positive now. 50 divided by 20 is 2.5. So I'm going to put 2.5 in the grid. Now on number 8, we have this diagram and an equation for the area of the aluminum section. And basically all they really want us to do is solve the equation for H. So I'm going to first get rid of the 1/2 by multiplying both sides of this equation by 2. So I multiply the left side by 2, and each of these, there's 2 terms on the right side, they both have to be multiplied by 2. So I'll end up with 2a, and on the right side, the 2's and the 1/2's cancel, leaving me with AH minus, and again these 2's are going to cancel as well, BH. Now remember, again, we're solving for H, and H appears twice on the right side, and so I can factor that H out because it's a common factor on the right side. So it's H on the outside, and then I'm going to divide AH by H, and that leaves me with A, and divide BH by H, and that leaves me with B. So now, to solve for H, all I need to do is divide both sides by A minus B. And so 2A over the quantity A minus B is equal to H. So that would be answer choice B. Alright, number 9 is an inequality problem, and you're asked to solve the solve for the solution, and again, we have parentheses, so we're going to be distributing. But we also have some decimals, so you'll want to use your calculator for these. So it's going to be 1.2a when I distribute through. So right here is what I'm doing. And 1.2 times 0.065 is 0.078, less than or equal to 25. And now again I'm down to a two-step. So I'm going to subtract 0.078. And so I have 1.2a less than or equal to 25 minus 0.078, 24.92, and then divide both sides by 1.2.
I made this mistake on purpose. It's a common mistake most of you will make. Just to show you. That's what you did. Cover it up. Come on.
And if you hear Mr. Wells in the recording back here, he's telling me how to correct my mistake. You may have noticed that I missed this A right here, so I'm going to go back and add it. So let me go ahead and erase my final step here. A couple of steps. Let's see. If I can. Having a hard time. Alright, let me just go ahead and add it right here. I'll add it in blue so that you can see, because I'm not able to erase it for some reason. So there's an A here, and then this step would have been incorrect. So now, on the left-hand side, what I actually have is an opportunity to combine like terms. So I'm going to do 1.2 plus 0.078, which gives 1.278 A less than or equal to 25. And then now I'm going to divide 25 by 1.278, and I get 19.56. A is less than or equal to 19.56. And so my answer choice is D. So again, my mistake was that I did not write the A from the second term right here, and that when I solved, I realized my answer choice wasn't there, so just be careful. For number 10, I have another inequality. This one's a compound inequality, and I also have, again, parentheses, so I'm going to go ahead and get started by using the distributive property. So I'm going to get 15 on the left side, less than or equal to 7n. And now here's where I'm going to distribute this negative 2 to both terms inside parentheses. So it'll give negative 2n, and then plus 20 is less than 35. So now in the middle here, I can combine like terms because 7n and 2n are alike. So I'm going to go ahead and combine those together to give 5n plus 20 less than 35. Alright, now in the center we have a two-step, so we're going to subtract 20 from all three spots. On the left we end up with negative 5 less than or equal to 5n. In the middle those 20s cancel, and I have 15 on the right. And last step is to divide by positive 5, so I'm not going to need to change my inequality symbol at all. And I have negative 1 less than or equal to n less than or equal to 3. So looking at my graph, that's going to be eliminating choices A and B. And now the difference between C and D is just, do you know when you need to use an open versus a closed circle? And the less than or equals to sign gets the closed circle, and the less than sign gets an open circle. So my answer is choice D.